Hi, everybody. I'm Raquel Gannett, and thank you once again for tuning in with me, I should say, for today's session. Look, I want to talk about slowing down these negative thoughts that we're having and give you a strategy on how you can make that happen. You turn on the news and, you might find yourself a moment later spiraling out of control with these thoughts. It's happened for me while I'm in the solitude of meditating. Out of nowhere, I'll just have this negative thought, and the next thing I know, I'm like, in a hole with a bunch of snakes, and it's crazy how the mind works sometimes. But one thing we need to understand and know is that really this is not who we are. It's just a story that we've been telling ourselves. So what's likely happening when we have more of these negative thoughts than the positive thoughts? Right in the front of the brain, there's this prefrontal cortex. And on the right side, the right prefrontal cortex, that is where the negative emotions, kind of a negative loop is happening. On the left side, we have a positive loop that's going on. For most of us, these two sides are not balanced. A lot of us, we tend to lean more toward the negative. Here's one thing that you can do for the next 30 days to strengthen the more positive side, the left side of the prefrontal cortex. What you need to do is strengthen it like a muscle. So whichever side you use the most, just like with physical muscles, whichever muscles you work out the most or use the most, those are the muscles that are going to perform better for you. And the ones that you leave behind, you forget about, they tend to lose their mass, they tend to lose their strength. And the same thing is happening here in the brain. So for the next 30 days, if you want to strengthen the left side of that brain, you want to get that positive loop really going and sending juice to that muscle, meditate for the next 30 days. Make a plan to do affirmations, at least 5 minutes within each one of those affirmations every single day. You're starting to rewire the brain, send more positiveness to the brain, and we are strengthening and pumping that left prefrontal cortex. And that is where you really want to be, especially in a time like this where we're dealing with lots of fear and uncertainty. If you can do this for the next 30 days, now scientists and researchers, they say 30 days of continual habits to either side. If you want to think more negative thoughts, but why would you? Of course, you do that for the next 30 days. But really think of restoring, refreshing the brain, giving it a chance to bring more positive thoughts into the life. So you really have to be the one that's in control of this. You're the only one that can do it. So start with meditating in the morning, meditating in the evening if you can. Those simple ways of giving affirmations. Another thing is exercising. We know that exercise is good for us, but it's so good for the brain. It's the air we breathe in, the air we pump out, the lungs, everything is involved in that. And it certainly sends little bing, bing, bing moments to the brain. And this is how we can create new habits, by doing new things every single day, hacking that negative side of the brain and making sure that we are on the path to positivity. So tell me if you have other hacks on how you can use that positive side of the brain more often than the negative. Leave it in the comments. I would so appreciate it if you could like and share this video, tag people that might need to hear this message. I'd like to continue bringing these messages to you as long as we're able to share them and learn something along the way. That is the goal. Also, head on over to RaquelEatman.com and subscribe to my new newsletter. It's coming out super, super soon. So thank you so much for sharing this time with me. Stay positive and take good care of you. I will see you soon.